Good evening, everyone. My name is Debbie Singleton, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I come to you live Monday evenings at 7 p.m. And I hope everyone had a great day and a happy Independence weekend. I didn't think, excuse me, that I would be live today because I thought I was coming back from one vacation and going to the other one after the weekend. But I have a day in between, which is my Monday that I normally come live. So I thought that I would kind of put a card together and then be able to come live before I go on vacation again. We went to a wonderful place for vacation. We went to Washington, D.C., and then now we're going to go to Seattle, Washington. So we got to go to the two Washingtons. But a wonderful time. We got to watch my daughter graduate and get her 2 masters. And then tour Washington, D.C., and that was absolutely amazing to see some of D.C. and see some of our capital and watch my granddaughter experience that type of things. And her favorite place was to see the Lincoln Memorial. And I have to say, I think that was our favorite place as well. And to actually see that Lincoln Memorial was absolutely amazing. And she kept saying, how do they build something so big and so massive? So that was pretty amazing, I do have to say. So that to visit that and to see the Capitol, and then we saw the Smithsonian and we saw all kinds of other things. So, and then watch that through her eyes was just absolutely amazing. So we had such a great time with her and my daughter and son-in-law, and that was a amazing trip to be able to experience with all of them, and we had a great time. So we came back, and then I thought, well, I'm going to do it live. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do, so I kind of had to put my thinking cap on. But Stampin' Up! Is having bonus days. We have these not very often, so this is great. So this is what bonus days is you shop and earn $5 coupon for every $50 you spend between July 3rd and July 31st. And there's no limit to how many coupons you get to earn. So you go on and you spend your $5 and they email you a coupon, save the coupon, save that in somehow, because that coupon, I don't get that. I can't have access to that. So you have to save that coupon. Then you get to redeem that August 1st through the August 31st, and you get to redeem your $5. They send you a code is what they do. So I'll help you with placing an order to redeem that when you do your order. But it's simple. You just put that in. There's a little box down there, and you put each code put the code number and then a comma and the code number and then a comma for each $5 code that they give you. Super fun. Get to spend some money after you've earned the money. But there's no sorry, I was reading this. No limit on how many coupons you can earn. So earn as many as you want. Super fun. So bonus days is going on. Sorry I'm late to the game, but we were gone when this was started. So I apologize. I probably could have sent out a notification prior to when I left, but they hadn't sent this out yet. So fun stuff. So bonus days is going on now. All right, so I was looking at something that I wanted to do, and I really like the set, that Spotlight on Nature, and then we have a pocket card or a pocket that you can make a pocket with, and that's really fun. So I wanted to do the two things together. So I kind of had a vision, and I kind of was looking up some things. So I found this really fun idea that kind of popped in my head. So this is called a gate card. And then I put a pocket on it. as well. So I kind of did it all together. So I kind of did some things together. I put a couple of different ones all together because I just love this Spotlight of Nature stamp set. It's so pretty. And I used the Spotlight of Nature die set to cut these out. And then I stamped the Spotlight of Nature. And then the gatefold is a neat fold, but you add a belly band and then you open it up and here's this cute little pocket. And then you pull this out, and I didn't stamp this one, but we're going to stamp the one that I'm going to use. This is from the Something Fancy dies. So we're going to do something else with that. We're going to stamp on that. And I'm going to, so this paper is the new In Color paper, and it's 6x6 paper, but it goes with that too. So I just thought that was really fun. So we're going to kind of make kind of a different card that I've made, but I had this vision. I wanted this all to kind of come together. I couldn't figure out how to do something else. I had a different vision, but this will work with this vision that I kind of had. So I kind of put a whole bunch of different things together. Okay, so to do this card, I kind of cut out a whole bunch of things prior because I knew that it would take a while to kind of put together. So what you do is you put your paper in your trimmer and you put your whole paper in this way, and you're going to cut it at 5.5. So you have a 5.5 by 11 sheet. All right. And then you're going to take and you're going to put, and you want your tick mark at 4.25. I have to look at my thing. At 4.25, you're going to put a tick mark, and you're going to flip it over, and you're going to put another tick mark at 4.25. And then to get your angles, you're going to put this in your trimmer, and you're going to put it here at your tick mark, and then you're going to put it at your, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot a step. And then you're going to score at 3 3/8. So you're going to put this in, and you want to make a score line at 3 3/8 on this end. You're going to flip it over, and you're going to score at 3 3/8 at the other end. So then you have 2 score lines, okay? And then you're going to, that's going to help you cut this. So then you've made your tick mark at 4.25. So you put your, in this little line in here. This is where the trimmer trims. So you put there, and then you put at the, since I've cut it, you can't tell. So let's say I haven't cut this one. And then you put it here. And that's where you're going to cut. It'll make this angle. So you're going to make the angle mark. And then it'll cut that across. Okay. So now I haven't done the other 2 pieces. So then it calls for 2 black pieces to go on the outside. And that is 3 1/8 by 5 1/4, and you're going to put your tick mark at 4 1/8. I did that already. Let's see, where did I put my tick mark? There is my tick mark, and I only did it on one. So I'll just mark it again. So you're going to want to put your tick mark, and you can cut 2 of them at the same time. So you're going to do 4 1/8. Black is a little bit harder to see, but you can. Again, we're going to do it kind of the same way we did that one. And you can cut 2 at the same time. So we're going to put that in, the tick mark in that little groove. And we're going to put this point inside the groove, the tick mark and the point inside the groove. And that's where how we're going to cut. Oops. Make sure it doesn't move. Now hold that down. We're going to hold that, and then we're going to cut that off. And that's going to make our 2 pieces. That's going to go on the sides. All right, and now we're going to do the DSP. And the DSP, I didn't put that on there. So sorry, I will add that. So the DSP tick mark is at 4. The DSP tick mark is at 4. Okay. Again, you can put 2 in there. So now what we're going to do is we can't cut the 2 the same, 2 patterns the same, or we'll have the same cut, and you can't do that because they're opposites. So take one of the pieces and flip it over and then put it on top of each other. That way you can cut 2 at the same time. So we're going to flip it like this. And again, we're going to put the tick mark in the little groove and the point in one groove. Make sure they're even. That was not even. All right, the tick mark is in one groove and the point is in one groove. Now we're going to cut that. Okay, now one will fit on here. And this one, you can just flip this over. And that will fit on this one, like so. And now we have the 2 sides. Okay, so that's all of our cutting. The belly band, once you've cut this paper, it'll give you a big strip of this, and I cut the belly band at 1 1/4 by 10. 11 to me is too big, and so I cut it down to 10. And you can make this 1 inch, but 1 1/4 is pretty good because I have this. This is pretty big size, so it'll fit that. So, and it won't take up much. If it's a little piece, you don't want a big belly band, so that'll work pretty good. All right, so I think that's all the cutting that we're gonna need to do. Less shrapnel. So I think we're good. So I already die cut these 2 pieces, and these are from the, show you out of the Spotlight on Nature dies. These are these 2 pieces. That's one. Actually, I think they're in this side. That's one. That's the purple one, and that's the white one. It's the purple, and that's the white one. These are the Spotlight on Nature dies. They're just gorgeous. All right. And then this white one is from Something Fancy Die. And that is this die. So I just took that out of there and I cut that die. And that's where we're going to stamp. Now, the pocket dies, they're brand new for me. I just got them, and so I haven't even cut them out or put them in. So here's the pocket dies. And this is the one that I used. I used this one. And I cut this pocket die out. And so I put it on another piece of paper, but I don't think I need to do that because I'm making a pocket. So we'll see how that works when I go to do that. All right. So my inside pieces, because I didn't want to just put that on the inside there. I wanted to actually make it look kind of nice and pretty on the inside. So my inside pieces, my black piece is 3 7/8 by 5 1/4. My white piece is 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. So that gives it that. And then this pocket piece is going to go on here. All right. So let's stamp. Let's do some stamping before we put the card together. So I'm going to stamp my here's the stamp that I'm going to stamp on here, and then we're going to color. It will not obviously all fit on there, but that's okay. I still like to stamp on, you can stamp on your glass mat and then just wipe it away. I still am old fashioned, and I still like to stamp on something and then just stamp, just because I like to stamp on it. So I'm going to use, here is my cards buried on my desk. Okay, I'm going to use my black memento and stamp on here because we're going to color with our Stampin' Blends. Now that I have all over me because I caught that. Had my granddaughter over a couple of days, and so she wanted to make cards. So my desk is a mess too, because we were making cards. She comes over and she loves to make cards. Oh, I forgot to get my bling out. It's in another spot because this card needs bling, of course, and I meant to go grab it. I'm using my chamois to get off all the ink so I don't get it all over me. All right, so I want to stamp this with happy birthday, and the happy birthday is from, happy birthday. All right, so I haven't used this happy birthday out of the Pocket Thoughts. And it is photopolymer, so I'm going to use Versatile Mark on it so that it kind of coats it, so it'll help it stamp better. And I'm going to use my Shy Shamrock, which is the paper that I used, so it'll kind of go. Now, before I put that away, I have an idea that I want to make that a less dark white. So I showed my granddaughter this, and she actually loved this. So I'm going to kind of she wanted to do this on her card too. trying to make a back to school card. I don't know if she's going to a new school, and so I don't know if she's going to give it to her new teacher. So I pulled out some stuff that was going to go with going back to school. I was showing her this technique, and she thought this was super cool. I wanted to give this so that it wasn't quite just white. Usually I use a sponge. Sponge works a little bit better for me, but I had these sitting on my desk, so this is what I'm using. Okay. Now we can color our flower, and I grabbed my light and dark Highland Heather blends and my Shy Shamrock light to do the leaves. All right, so I'm going to start with my dark Highland Heather, and I'm going to do this bottom parts of this flower, my dark. This will just like take a second. I should have just done this ahead of time, but and I'm going to use my light, finish coloring that in. My grandkids loved the fireworks. My littlest grandson, he was very afraid at first. He didn't want to have anything to do with them at first. And so my daughter's in-laws got them all earplugs, and then we sat out and watched the fireworks, and he was like, oh, this is kind of cool. They were pretty. So then he liked them. We're like, see, they're not going to hurt you. Took him a little bit, though, to decipher that they were okay, but it was definitely fun watching them just sit out in front, out in there. Yeah, I didn't watch them with him. Fun. Now you can two-tone these leaves as well. I just didn't take the time to do it. Just did this one color. And then I have some purple bling that I wanted to put on there, and I forgot to bring it. Okay, so now it's a symbol, but I also wanted to put something on here. I didn't want this to be completely blank either. So I don't know if I want it to be purple. They have like this little dots. I think I'll just leave it because it's not enough of something. I could just put probably, yeah, because I can't decide. Okay, so now to make this, well, the symbol is. So it's just, I just glued this on because there's so much on the front. I usually use my dimensionals, but I just glued this. I didn't want this card to be too thick as it is. I just love these colors together. All right, let that sit. All right, and I used my Terran tape to put the pocket together, and it does have, it's already cut out for you. You need to just make sure you've creased it. Creased it. Okay, so let's put this together. And then we can put the pocket on there. So, doesn't look like I cut that out right. I did my dimensions all wrong this time. I think that should have been a little bit. I might have grabbed the wrong one when I was doing the dimensions. All right, let's put this inside. All right, now let's put the pocket on. All right, so put the pocket on, you want to use Terran tape. You can probably use glue, but I just think Terran tape will be better. So you just put some Terran tape. And tear it off. Tear it off and some more at the bottom. And a little piece down here. Oops, didn't tear that off right. So now I'm going to use my scissors. And I'm not going to use my very good ones because I get them sticky. All right. Okay, now I like to use my take your pick tool. To me, it's easier. I find it's a lot easier for me to peel this off. I know I have nails, but I don't seem to be able to pick it off with my nails, so I just use my take your pick tool. All right, so there we go. Okay. And then that will fit right in there as our pocket piece. Okay, now we're going to put a little piece of ribbon on there. And what we're going to do is we're going to just take this little piece of ribbon like that. And we're going to just attach it like that and staple it. Now, a lot of people have the Stampin' Up! One. I do not. So I just use my regular stapler. Okay, that's going to go on there like that. And then that's going to close. All right, so I don't really like that that one's showing. My other one doesn't show the staple. So I'm going to get something to put over that. You can't see that, but I don't have it right at my fingertips. But I'm going to put something on the top so you can't see the staple. So for now, let's decorate. Let's put this together. It's easier if I held this last time so I could get this straight on here. The little border. Okay. And then this one. All right, and then we're going to glue this on the card. This one on this side. Okay. Now we will do the belly band. Yeah, I'm going to put something on that. I don't like how that looks. The belly band, I don't usually put the score marks on it. What I do is I like to take the belly band and I like to kind of figure out sort of what the middle part is. And I just bend it. And then I even it up like so. And then I take my bone folder and then I make the crease. And then I come back and I put that on. And then I bend it this way. And I'm like, okay, that will pretty much move, but it's not going to fall off. So I like that. So then I take it off and then I align it and then I crease it again with the bone folder. Now I'm going to put it back on. That looks good. And I'm going to open it back up and I'm going to put some glue. And then I'm going to put some glue on this side. And then I'm going to line it up and hold that down. Just make sure that it's kind of going to stay there. And again, it's not going to fall off, but it is going to slide. Okay. Then I'm going to take this piece. And again, you could use dimensionals, but this is a pretty thick card. So I don't really want to add dimensionals to it. So I'm going to just put some glue on there. And I'm going to just kind of, you know, I know just about where I want the glue to be. This is pretty wide. I'm going to turn this around. Let that sit there for just a second. The red card has to have one. And we have these purple fine shimmer. I think would go very beautiful. Who doesn't? Purple on the front, or you could do plain purple ones. Oh my goodness. All right. And bling, of course, to anything just absolutely makes the card. You have to have bling on a card. So, and I think if I have some black, and then that's our pocket on the inside. And then you pull that up and it says happy birthday. So I just thought that was a cute idea. So I'm going to need to cover that up. But I think that looks really cool to have that as the pocket part of it. And we can even have a ribbon on here, I think. But I think this is enough just to have this. I had this on here. And it all fit and it all went really nice. I don't know what I just did now. So my belly band was just fine. What was I doing wrong? There we go. There we go. There. Okay. All right, so that's your card tonight. Sorry it took me a little bit longer because I was putting it together. I hadn't had everything cut out because I wanted to show you just a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed it. Again, we have the special going on, so please, if I can help you in any way, just let me know. You can contact me. Otherwise, have a great evening. Thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate it. And have a great night. And we will talk to you later. Thank you so much.